My name is bjdrinksbeer. I'm here at Zed's Brewery in Marlton, New Jersey, and that's exactly what I'm here to do. Welcome to the second episode of BJ's Brewery Reviewery. All right, I'm joined now by Lori. Lori, what is it that you do here?
So my technical title is co-founder, but I also go by Queen of Shandies. Yeah, Jeff and I are co-owners. We started Zed's about 6 years ago now. We're coming up on our 6th anniversary. And since then we both kind of divvied up. Jeff stays mostly in the brew house. I kind of run the tap room. We share all the rest of the stuff pretty 50-50.
All right, and that kind of segued into my next question there is, can you tell me a little bit more about the history of Zed's?
Yeah, so like I said, we are coming right up on our 6th anniversary. We opened in 2017. We're one of those pre-pandemic breweries that was just getting our feet under us, and then whoop, pandemic pulled the rug out from under pretty much everybody. But we were lucky. We had been in Marlton long enough that we had a good, customer base, and survived that. Had our big 5th anniversary party last year, and have just kept rolling.
Excellent time.
Yeah, it was a fun one. You got to celebrate 5 years, right? Like Jeff and I were both home brewers, like a lot of breweries that got their start around the same time as us. And when we first started kind of getting into the craft beer scene around here, we would go to, the breweries that started before us, the Flying Fishes, the Forgotten Boardwalks, and we were, part of that excitement that New Jersey was starting to get a lot of craft breweries. And then at some point we just looked at each other and we're like, why not us, right?
So as far as the other breweries in the area, is it more of a competition or are you guys just all working together?
Nah, this industry is incredible in terms of like being cooperative. I remember when we first started, going to conventions and going to other breweries and telling folks that we were opening, and I looked at Jeff and I'm like other industries aren't like this. You know what I mean? Like there was nothing but support. It's a community. It's definitely a community. Right. Now that's not to say that we don't have a little bit of, jealousy and rivalry sometimes, but
it's more of that friendly rivalry.
Exactly. It's like your rivalry with your big brother or your.
You're not trying to put anyone out of business.
Exactly. And we give each other a lot of, grief sometimes, but it's kind of like a big family.
So what are your impressions of the beer community in general?
Yeah, I mean, New Jersey is behind the curve in terms of other states. We go to the National Craft Beer Convention, and I'm part of a couple of committees, and I'm always a little jealous when we go to like breweries in Pennsylvania or New York and see kind of what they're able to do. But we've come a long way since 2012 in New Jersey when the laws changed for us. We do what we can in a kind of harsh environment for breweries, right? New Jersey doesn't make it easy for us, but we're scrappy, we're brewers, we figure it out, and I think we've come a long way, and we've got a long way to go still. It's exciting.
Again, you've perfectly segued into my next question. How have the New Jersey state laws about breweries that went into effect on July 1st, 2022, how has that affected you guys?
And what it does, unfortunately, is it creates this environment of uncertainty for business owners. It just makes it difficult to kind of plan and do the kind of community events we want to do and partner with restaurants the way we want to partner. That being said, we're a scrappy community. You know what I mean? Like brewers are resourceful. We figure it out. So
you do what you got to do to get the job done.
Exactly. Where there's a will, there's a way. And, sometimes we get a little bit creative, but for the most part, everybody tries to follow the rules as best they can. And we're just going to keep fighting for our rights. So it's going to take a while, longer than we thought, but we're going to keep talking to whoever will listen and keep running our bills and our programs and our requests up the hill, and hopefully one day we'll get it done.
Another great segue right there, because my next question for you, if you had 4 words you could say to Governor Phil Murphy, what would they be?
I guess right now it's sign the bill, Phil. That's the best 4 words I can think of right now. We've got
that we can air on this channel.
that are safe for consumption. Yeah, we have a bill that would do a lot for breweries. It's sitting on the governor's desk.
And Lori and Jeff, her husband, have been on the forefront of this since the beginning.
Yeah, it's been, you know, we're kind of that way. We're pretty civic-minded people, so when things are affecting the industry, we want to get out there and, I mean, look, it's in our interest. We're the owners here, so we got to fight for our own rights and for the rights of other breweries that are coming and for the industry as a whole. So
Of course.
it's been interesting.
So what's your favorite style personally?
Look, I don't want to say I'm basic, but I love me some fruitiness, and
yeah.
the seltzers are my baby, and the shandies are kind of my world.
And so you guys pride yourself on being approachable craft.
Yeah. So approachable to us means that it's beer you don't have to be afraid of or be intimidated by.
Nothing offensive, nothing that's going to destroy you, just beer that you can drink.
Yeah. We like to say that we're selfish. We want you to drink more than one and still not fall off your bar stool.
But who's going to a brewery and having one anyway?
Exactly. But that makes me sleep better at night knowing that you've had a chance to explore a lot of different things and have a good time. And I'm not sending you out into the world kind of slammed on some big beers. So for us, approachable just means you can explore, you can try a whole lot of different things, you can fall in love with something, and it's not going to scare you away either because it's got a huge IBU number on the menu or a huge ABV number on the menu. Those are all great, and I love those kinds of beers in the right time, in the right place, in the right season.
Course.
It's just not what we do. It's all about making you happy. Jeff says beer should make you happy. It doesn't have to make you stupid.
Yeah.
Which is, kind of our philosophy with sessionable beers.
Although I'll take a little bit of both.
Yeah, well, a little bit of stupid is sometimes okay.
What would you recommend to someone who's coming here for the first time?
Well, anytime you go to a brewery for the first time, I know this is a controversial statement, but try a flight. Get your palate wet, go figure out, try a variety of styles, see what that brewer's strengths are, and don't be afraid to talk with the person across the counter. Our staff at breweries is very different than, no shade to bartenders, but they've got 7 million products to do. Our staff knows these beers from the time they're in the tank to the time they're on the tap, and they can really help you find a style. So if you're coming into Zed's for the first time, we've got a wall of 24. Some of them are going to be sweet.
It's a little intimidating seeing that wall.
It can be, but a flight of 4 gives you a nice way to kind of dip your toe in the water.
All right, Lori. Well, thanks for being on. Thanks for letting me do this.
Yeah, thanks for coming out. Always a pleasure to have you.
Oh, of course. Until I don't have a lease right down the street, I'll be here.
Anytime you want to darken my door, we're happy to have you.
Well, cheers.
Cheers. Thanks for coming out.
Of course. All right. Well, I just grabbed myself a sandwich from Pepino's right down there. It's the Zed's beer battered chicken, which is chicken breast battered, topped with a hot honey sauce, creamy coleslaw on a brioche bun. Oh, get a good look at that right there. Oh, that looks amazing. Let's give this a try. Oh my goodness, this is absolutely delicious. I was a little hesitant knowing that there was the coleslaw in there. I'm not a really big fan of coleslaw, but it's not a dominant flavor. It just adds a little bit of crunch. Get another bite of this right here. Batter for the chicken is absolutely delicious. Yeah, excellent sandwich. I have a feeling I'm going to be stopping into Pepino's a lot more often. So if you're ever here at Zed's and you get a little hungry, right down there, a couple buildings away, Pepino's, you're going to like it. I'm joined now by Sean. Sean, say hello.
Hello.
So how long have you been here?
Almost 6 years since day one.
So, what makes you guys here at Zed's stand out from all the other breweries in the area?
I think a lot of it is our environment and the friendliness that we have. It's a huge family atmosphere. 9 times out of 10, we'll see a lot of people that we see often and see regularly. I know I joke with people that I can be found on this side of the bar some nights a week, and then just as equally on the other side of the bar. You've seen me on both sides.
Oh, yeah.
It's a laid back environment. I mean, we're dog and kid friendly, and on a Saturday afternoon like today, there's a few dogs here. There's a bunch of kids here hanging out with their families as they're coming back from the beach, and it's a laid back, fun place to be.
So, what are your impressions just in general of the beer community?
I've met some of the nicest people that are in the beer community, both in different breweries and working for different breweries. Everyone is always friendly and willing to help and just have a good time and relax. I've actually met a lot of good friends now through the industry, so it's nice to be able to go to a place and have a face with the name and know people when you're walking in the door.
How have the New Jersey state brewery laws that went into effect on July 1st, 2022, affected you guys?
They've definitely made it a lot harder for us to do our job and what we can advertise, what we can do and can't do. We try to work with it as best as we can, and I personally like to make fun of it as every chance that I get, especially with the brewing process. Um, it's hindering everybody in doing our jobs and being able to create an atmosphere where there's things that are fun and we can have events and different things going on in terms of trivia if we wanted to, live sports, um, community events, and just getting our names out there. And it's not a good thing.
It really takes you away from the community.
It does. It definitely does. I mean, it hurts what we can and can't do. It, in a way, makes it so we have to prioritize certain things over others, if you ask me. But it's something that's really just not a level playing field versus the other players in the industry.
If you had 4 words you could say to Governor Phil Murphy, what would they be?
Sign the bill, Phil. It's not that hard.
Changing it up a little bit, what's your favorite style of beer?
In a way, I've become an equal opportunity offender. It started out as all IPAs, but somebody in the background over there told me that IPAs are sometimes foods. It's still my go-to beer style, but I've become a really big fan of sours as well. So it's a healthy mix.
How could you not with all the good ones that you guys make?
They are some of my favorites, so it's definitely on the top shelf of my beer fridge regularly.
What would you recommend for someone coming here for the first time to try?
I mean, just try everything. Do a flight. Don't be afraid to venture into the different beer samples. I know myself and the other beer tenders are all definitely diverse in our beer habits and our beer style choices. I mean, I prefer the Don't Tell Sean IPA, but there's a reason behind that, as well as the Moy Tu Chan, but that's not on tap anymore. But you can't go wrong with a flight if it's 4 ounces a glass, and if you don't like it, then you know what not to get the next time you come back.
Well, Sean, thanks for being on.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, of course. You have a great rest of your night, and cheers.
Cheers to you.
So now I'm here with Botan. Botan, say hello. Okay, thank you. You come here often, right? Okay. And in your opinion, what is it that sets this place apart from all the other breweries in the area? That you're allowed here. No, I get that. I get that. What's your favorite thing to drink here? He loves that water. They got some good water here. You should try it. So, Botan, what would you recommend to people coming here for the first time? Well, thanks for joining me. You have a great rest of your night, and cheers. All right, well, I'm here now with Pat. Pat, you said you come here quite often?
Yes, I do. I try to make it at least once a week, if not more. Don't tell anybody that.
And what would you say sets this place apart from all the other breweries in the area?
What sets it apart is that it's kind of like a Cheers. You come in, it's very friendly, everybody knows you. You come in and you sit and you talk, and even people you don't know, if you're sitting at the bar and you're talking to people. Everybody, it's so easy. It's easy. It's not stressful. It's not like, oh, I'm going into a place where I don't know anybody. It's easy here, and that's what I love about it.
So what's your favorite beer here?
My favorite beer is the IPA. I'm pretty steadfast at it. I always try different ones. I try the lemon blueberry. I try all the seasonal ones. It's all according to if it's summer or winter. My favorite thing is at Christmas when they have the 4 different kinds. That is a one-shot deal. I love it.
What would you suggest to someone who's coming here for the first time?
For the first time, to just come in, sit down, relax. Jeff and Lori are so welcoming, and with them being like that, makes the crowd and everybody that sits here always open to talk to everybody. It's very friendly, very easy.
Well, thank you.
You're very welcome. Don't forget to come to Zed's, Evesham Township.
Right on Maple Ave.
Perfect.
All right. Well, Pat, you have a great night. Cheers.
Thank you. You too. Cheers.
I'm joined now by Tim. Tim, say hello.
Hello.
So you come here often, right?
Yeah.
What would you say sets this place apart from all the other breweries in the area?
I think all the different options and flavors that they have.
Agreed. I mean, they got 24 up on the board right now. I mean, that's a lot to choose from. So what's your favorite style?
I like more of a lighter, like lager, blondes type of beer.
So what are you drinking now?
I'm drinking a New Zealand style lager.
And what do you think? What are your impressions?
I just started it, but it's pretty good.
If you were to recommend something to someone coming here for the first time, what would you recommend?
The Jersey Blonde.
Well, Tim, thanks for coming on and doing this.
Thanks for having me.
You have a great rest of your night, and cheers.
Cheers.
Well, now I'm joined by John, Ruthie, and Votan over here. Guys, you guys come here often?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Okay. What sets this place apart from all the other breweries in the
I
area?
like that their beers, like, they're not trying to blow you away with, like, higher alcohol beers. Like, you can come here and you can have a few and you can, still be feeling pretty decent afterwards. You know what I
They
mean?
have the best hard seltzers.
So what would you guys recommend to someone who's coming here for the first time?
Get a flight.
Yeah, their flights, I think, are the best way to experience Zeds for the first time. I'm a personal fan when they have the Don't Tell Sean on tap. I think that's a really good one.
And I like any of their sours or their seltzers. They had a blueberry hard lemonade that was good too. I had a personal favorite of cranberry mimosa, but I think they rotated that off.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think you can really go wrong. But get a flight, try a bunch, and see what you like.
All right. Well, John, Ruthie, thanks for being on.
Absolutely.
All right. You guys have a great rest of the day. Enjoy the rest of your time here, and cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you. Cheers.
Well, I'm here with Justin. Justin, say hello.
Howdy.
So you come here often, right?
I'd say I'm a fair regular.
And what is it that sets this place apart from all the other breweries in the area?
The beer tenders take time to know your name. If you're a regular, know like what you like. I walk in, it feels like Norm from Cheers. Where you feel welcome. Like you walk in, it's like this feels like a second home of sorts.
Agreed. So, what's your favorite style personally?
So it depends on this time of year. All year round, sours and seltzers.
Okay,
That's because they're light, refreshing. Fall, I start to do stouts and porters. So
For someone coming here for the first time, what would you suggest to them to try?
well, firstly, get a flight.
Try everything.
Yeah, because you're really not going to go wrong. Like there might be ones you not like as much, but you're not. The quality of the beer is good. You're not going to dislike the beer. You may just not like that style, but the quality of the beer is, Jeff and Lori take a lot of care and love for making the beer, and you can tell.
They're really amazing. So I'm back now with Sean, about to try out a flight. Sean's going to tell me what I'm drinking.
Beer.
All right, so from left, so 1 to 4, we've got our award-winning, gold medal award-winning dry stout. Our newest release, our Australian Pale Ale. Our New England style IPA, which is called Don't Tell Sean. And then our Summerberry Sour, made with 5 different berries found in the summer.
All right.
They're all very good. Somebody did a really good job making them.
All right, this is the dry stout on the nose. Oh my goodness gracious, it is too warm outside to be smelling this richness and roastiness and wanting to drink this. This is like all winter what I want to be drinking.
It's an all-year beer.
Let's give it a try. Just super rich and roasty for being what, 4.5%?
4.2.
4.2. Just you get more flavor in this 4.2 percenter than you get in a lot of 6% IPAs. Like this is just absolutely full of flavor, roasty, just malty, dark, excellent stuff. I'm going to give this one a 4 out of 5. So what's up next?
All right, so the next one is our newest release. It's our Australian Pale Ale. We just released it last week, and it's made with a new hop called, it features the Ella hop.
Okay.
So,
On the nose. Getting a lot of fruity notes. On the nose, it's just kind of coming off just like a fruit explosion. Let's give it a try. Super juicy. The bitterness is not an issue. There's some bitterness there, but it still remains easy drinking. Light, fruity, delicious. It's not my absolute favorite beer that I've had here, but this one still gets a 5 out of 5. All right, so what's up next?
all right, so continuing our journey down the paddle, we've got our New England style IPA. It is called Don't Tell Sean. It is named after me because there's a litany of reasons that I won't go into on this cast.
On the nose? Definitely picking up the citrusy notes. There's a little bit of fruitiness there. Definitely getting the lemongrass.
It's got lots of personality.
It definitely does, but I'm not picking up any kind of bitterness.
No, and it's definitely one of my favorite things about it is it's not a bitter IPA.
Let's give it a try. Oh yeah, the bitterness is there. It's just peeking out past the juicy notes, the fruity notes. Yeah, again, super light, easy drinking. It's like I shouldn't even have to say that when I come here and review beer. Everything's going to be super light, super easy drinking, non-offensive. But the flavor in this one is on point. This one also gets a 4.5 out of 5.
All right, so last on our paddle, we've got another one of my favorites. It's our Summerberry Sour Ale. So it's made with Philly yeast to give it the sour. It's a single culture sour. Blackberries, strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, and some acai berries are thrown in there. So it covers a gamut of it's a nice way to finish out the summer.
On the nose. Berries. Let's give it a try. Not the most sour I've ever soured, but definitely sour. Just getting an explosion of berries. Definitely enjoying this one. Four and a half out of 5. Well, thank you, Sean.
You are most welcome. It was a pleasure.
Love you too.